Ladies and gentlemen, coming at you live from Fargo and Seattle, Washington, we are the Leads Geeks. Joining me as always, Mr. Ryan Dorheim, Jim Renfro, Pete Kirby, and Mr. Eric Haig. Jim, what are we doing today?
So today we got Melissa on. She's a guest from Plymouth, Minnesota. So Melissa, why don't you introduce yourself, and then I'll talk about what we're going to be working on.
Sure. Hi, my name is Melissa. I work as an ISA for Kirby and Christina Real Estate Experts and based out of Plymouth. I've been doing this for like 6 months, so, give me some slack for everything. And I'm just here to learn and excited about it. So happy to be here.
Yeah, so the thing that Melissa wanted to work on today was mirroring and matching. So we got 2 Zillow inquiries, so 2 inbound calls. Pete and Cody are going to do that. And then Ryan and Eric are going to be new internet registrations. And so basically the whole point of this exercise is probably going about 5 minutes per call and really trying to mirror and match and really just dig deeper and understand why people are looking and go from there. And so with that, you ready, Melissa?
Yes.
All right. Well, Pete, why don't you call Melissa?
Ring, ring.
Hi, this is Melissa.
Hey, Melissa. Was looking online and saw this house on 123 Main Street. Want to get some more information on it.
Cool. Yeah, this is a great house. What do you like about it?
In the right area of town, has the right bedrooms. Looking for a 3-2 in the south end. So just wanting to try to figure out. I see the price on there at 160.
Mm-hmm.
Wanting to know if they would probably accept an offer of a lot lower than that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Well, what price point are you thinking?
I would like to stay around the 130 if possible.
130. Okay. And the south end, you're thinking, is there specific areas that you're kind of wanting to stay around?
No, I just like the south end of town. I work on the south end, so would prefer to be down there.
Okay. Sounds good. Is that where you guys are currently at right now?
Yeah, currently renting.
Okay. Renting. Cool. Is there a lease up here shortly, or just trying to?
We've been there a while, so it's really we're just month to month now, so I can get out whenever.
Definitely, that's awesome. Cool, sounds good. So you're looking for a 3 to 2 bath. Is there anything else that you're really looking for or wanting in this home?
The wife would like a yard with a garden. Obviously that's not a huge deal. A yard is needed, but whether the garden's there or not isn't a deal breaker by any means.
Yeah, definitely. So you want that space then for a yard. Is there certain like acreage that you guys are wanting then for just enough space?
I mean average size. The bigger the lot, the more I have to mow, right? So
right.
Big enough for a little garden in the corner and the dog to run around, but otherwise, just normal size. I wouldn't want an acre or anything. Okay,
cool. Sounds good. How long have you guys been gardening?
I've been mowing, or
so your wife's the gardener then.
I'm not looking forward to mowing, and the wife has, a little garden on the deck of the apartment and stuff that she likes. So she's really looking forward to having a nice big garden where she can do a lot of stuff.
Definitely. That's awesome. Sounds good. Cool. So have you spoken with like a loan officer then yet? Is that kind of why you're thinking the 130 range?
We haven't spoken to anybody yet, but we both have really good credit. Just I don't want to be house poor. We're
right.
Fairly young. This would be a starter house, so I figure that's a good price point to kind of get in at.
Definitely. Okay, so just looking for a really nice starter home, good price point for you guys, and then just kind of work up eventually whenever it's the right time in your guys' life. Is that what you're thinking?
Hopefully, yep.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good. What are you thinking? Like school districts are important to you, or
Not yet. No kids as of now. Probably start trying that once we get the house. It's more so just proximity to work right now. So we like the south end.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Was there a specific like commute time that you're thinking you want to be around, or?
No, just as long as we're on the south end of town, that should be good enough.
Okay. Is that where your wife is working too? So it's convenient for her too, or just about your job?
No, she's a bank teller at a Wells Fargo on the south end of town, and I work over at the utility district.
Oh, cool. Sounds good. Awesome. Yeah, so I know that you guys are really liking this one. Well, I didn't know if do you have a timeline of like when you want to find this home by, or just whenever the right place comes on the market, or?
Yeah, whenever we're month to month. So, this one looked nice. Wanted to get in and take a look at it, but it was a little higher price than what we want. So, do you think they would go cheaper?
Yeah, I mean, everything's negotiable, so we can definitely set you up with one of our agents, and then they can really, talk to the seller and see kind of what the best thing would be for you guys. I know we have a lot of different, really good priced homes that are like foreclosure and short sale type of properties. Are you open to like a fixer upper at all, or something like that?
No, I definitely don't want a fixer upper. You're not the person that I would work with though.
Well, so we can definitely schedule a showing then for you guys to get into the home and see it in person, be able to walk through it and everything. Yeah, and we can also set you up with one of our agents then, so we can kind of show you what's on the market and kind of help you through everything. Have you just been kind of looking on like Zillow and homes.com and those other types of websites?
Yeah, looking online, and the wife has drugged me out to a few open houses, so that's why I want to get a little bit more dedicated, so I can stop wasting my weekends that way.
Yeah, I totally get that. Cool, sounds good. Well, I do know that sometimes those websites aren't like super up to date with just what's currently on the market. So what we can do is just set you up in one of our offices to meet with one of our agents, and there we can actually get you set up on a customized search off the MLS. Are you familiar with the MLS at all?
No, what is that?
Yeah, so it's a website that
Let's stop there.
Okay.
Okay. So what's your feedback for yourself?
Yeah, I went back to talking about the home, which I probably shouldn't have, because then he was focused on that, where I had him talking about his situation and what he was looking at in general versus this particular home. So should have stayed away from talking about that home again.
And Pete, what feedback would you have?
Yeah, I was really nice.
Yeah.
You're really nice, because that was not a D.
I was gonna say, what are you playing, Pete?
I didn't want to start you off bad and then have you be in the tough spot for the other folks. But yeah, that it shouldn't have focused. The yard. I'm not familiar with your area, obviously, so I didn't want to try to be really specific on what it was I was looking for. But playing into that, it should have not been focused on the house at all, and digging more into what it is I want, my timeline, which you got a timeline. Haven't talked to a bank yet. Getting more of the personal story from me, so that when it came time to book the appointment, you were able to set the agent up with a lot of information, and just have it be easier. I was not, the house wasn't really a big deal so much as just wanting to actually start getting into places. But otherwise, I thought you did really good matching and mirroring.
Cool. So here'd be my feedback, and to make things go a little bit quicker, I'll just have you give feedback, the person that you're talking to, and then me go, just to make it a little bit quicker today. You made a couple of assumptions in there, and one thing is assumptions will kill conversations. Okay. So you assumed on school districts, and you also assumed on her working. A really maybe a little bit better way to have worded that, Melissa, would have been like, so Pete, you said your price point's really important to you, around 130,000. What else is really important? Or Pete, you said your wife wants a yard and garden. What's really important to you? What else is important? And really just reiterate back what they're saying, restate what they're saying, and then follow it up with another question. Okay. You pushed a little bit towards the end. Instead of asking questions, you started to sell. Probably because it had been 4 or 5 minutes, but let's really try to find out a little bit more about him. The overall thing is, he said he was renting. So what about renting does he hate? Okay. And really have that connection. You also ignored the question on, so you're not the person that'll be meeting with me? I think you could just name it and say, hey, my role here is to really be that first point of contact and connect you with someone who's going to take really good care of you. Something like that.
Oh, I thought he asked about the listing agent.
So, well, he did, but you completely breezed over it. You're like, you didn't even answer it. So don't even know if you did that consciously or not. So yeah, other than that, I think that was good. So I think I'm going to have Ryan give you a call now. Okay. So, or excuse me, Cody. Cody's going to give you a call with the Zillow inquiry.
Okay.
So Cody, go whenever you're ready.
All right. Ring, ring.
Hi, this is Melissa with Remax.
Hello.
Hi.
I am interested in more information about 456 3rd Street.
456 3rd Street. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. What do you like about this property?
I have not been inside it, so I cannot properly evaluate the inside. However, if my information is correct, many of the amenities on the inside would be very accommodating to me in my lifestyle. The aesthetic of the outside is pleasing to me, and I like the yard.
Okay, definitely. What sort of amenities are you looking for?
I would like very fine cabinets.
Okay.
I'm very concerned about cabinets. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, this is Melissa.
Hello, Melissa.
Yeah.
Melissa, I need good cabinets, new cabinets. I have very expensive dishes.
Okay.
And I cannot have them in cheap cabinets.
Okay, definitely. Looking for those fine cabinets then, and dishes. Is there anything else, in the kitchen then that's really important to you that go along with the cabinets, or?
I would like a very particular set of faucets that have to match the aesthetic of the cabinets. I can have fine cabinets and have bad looking faucets. Am I making myself clear?
Yeah, definitely. The details are really important to you and you're wanting them to be really fine, and to match the overall aesthetic of the whole place. Does that sound right?
Very, very much. Very much.
Definitely. I know that you mentioned your lifestyle too, and you thought that this would kind of help with your overall lifestyle. Is there something specific about your lifestyle that you think that this would kind of match, or it seems like?
I have very particular tastes. And if my understanding is correct, this home might meet some of those tastes.
Okay. Definitely. So overall state. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, so I know that you are interested in this one and your overall tastes are really important and you like the overall aesthetic of the place. Is there a specific style that you're looking for then in the home?
I am not particularly well versed in architectural or home design styles. So in this instance, I would have to say I am not sure. However, I would know it when I see it.
Okay, sure. Sounds good. Perfect. Well, I know that this one is a single family style home. Are you just looking at single family then? Are you looking at townhomes and condos as well?
I would prefer to stay away from condos or townhomes. However, I'm not opposed if the aesthetic is correct.
Okay.
However, I must admit that I do have some preconceived notions about condos and townhomes.
Okay, definitely. Okay, so what are your notions then that you have that might steer you away from those? Anything kind of, what do you mean by that?
I tend to not like the communities very much.
Okay.
I don't like the aesthetic, and they tend to have old cabinets.
Okay, definitely. So you don't like the community, so you want more space in between people then, just your own kind of space? Very
much so. I don't interact with people very much.
Okay, definitely. So you want that space away from, have your own separate space. The aesthetic is really important to you, and those cabinets and faucets. Perfect. Well, how soon are you wanting to find this right place for you then?
Well, my current lease ends at the beginning of July. On July 7th. I should have until roughly 1 p.m. to move out on July 7th. So I would like to be able to do this. Now, I have spoken with other realtors, and they have given me the impression that it is roughly 3 months to close on a property. Assuming that is 3 months with 1 to 2 weeks for showings, we may be behind the ball. Is that correct to assume?
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely, I know on average, it does take around 3 months to close on a place. So we can definitely get on it right away so that you don't feel rushed or anything. It sounds like you don't want to you want to find the right place and not feel rushed into it or, picking the wrong place as well. So we can definitely make sure you don't feel pressured and that you have time before your lease ends. Perfect. Sounds good. So I know you mentioned that you talked to other agents. Are you working with other agents or?
I have not signed any binding agreements. No.
Okay. No contracts then. Are you open to having a dedicated realtor then that's helping you find the right place?
I am not opposed to opening that relationship. However, it must be the right person.
Definitely. I completely understand that. Perfect. Sounds good. Great. Is there a price point you're thinking that you feel really comfortable with then and want to stay around?
I'm approved to $350,000. However, I would like to stay below that.
Okay.
Let's pause there.
Okay.
What feedback you got yourself, Melissa?
Yeah, I stumbled a little bit. Sorry, my phone's going off. I stumbled a little bit when just like with this taste, I was like, okay, what other questions do I need to ask? So I kind of blanked a little bit there for a second. So I think, I don't know. I don't really know what feedback that is, but just kind of rolling with it, kind of going with the flow and just like, listening to what he says and kind of do that kind of stuff. So
yeah. Cody, what was your feedback?
So if it's any consolation, it is just as painful for me to talk like that as to interact with that. So one big thing I do have is that you did not get into Ford. The one thing you know about me is I'm really into cabinets. We didn't talk about recreation. We didn't talk about my job. We didn't really talk about, it was very house centric. It was very move centric. I think you did a good job of pacing and mirroring and matching as we were talking about the house. Just make sure that you're staying cognizant of that surrounding everything, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Ask more like personal questions and okay.
And he may not have given up answers. I mean, a lot of times with that personality trait, they literally refuse to answer it. But at least you would have tried, which would have shown a little bit that you actually wanted to get to know him. So yeah, I mean, you had a couple of good opportunities. First of all, your questions this time compared to the first time, way better, way more on point. He said he needed really fine cabinets because he had really fine dishes. Well, why do you have such fine dishes? Secondly, why is he looking for a house in the first point? So we knew he was renting, but we didn't really know why he wanted a house. What else? So he's saying you need 3 months to close. I mean, is that the way it is down in your guys' area? Because here we need like 45 days.
We feel like on average, sometimes it takes longer. I mean, we do like short sales or those types of things. So I don't know. That's just what people have told me, like on average, 3 months. Just to like, and also to give people like, I don't know, it's easier to go less time sometimes than more time for people. So
that makes sense. I think, you could have done a little bit better job at mirroring and matching, maybe just brought your tone down a little bit. So when he's talking like that, you should bring it down so you sound a little bit more monotone. You're still pretty high. So it's really hard when you're talking with the S or a C if you're not that way to act that way. That's something that some of us still struggle with. The second thing I would say is you say okay and sounds good and awesome a lot. Those are we all have these catchphrases that we keep repeating, right? Just be cognizant of it. And maybe, instead of saying that, like, okay, I understand. And then the next time try something different just to come off a little bit different. That's really, really picky. That's not that bad. How are you feeling on stuff?
Good. It wasn't that bad.
No,
I was nervous.
We got time for one more. So would you rather work on someone very quiet or someone very loud?
I don't know. I have I don't know. Either is fine. So
okay, let's have you do someone very quiet, and when you're talking with them, I want you to really, really be cognizant of how loud are you being with them and how loud are they being.
Okay.
And the speed and the tone. Ryan, I'm sorry to bum you out, buddy. No call today. So Eric, why don't you call Eric? So Eric is a new internet lead. He registered on your website, and that's all you know.
Okay. All right. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this Eric?
Yeah, who is this?
Hey Eric, this is Melissa with Remax. I noticed you registered on our home search website, and I just wanted to reach out to see how your home search was going.
Who is this?
Yeah, it's Melissa with Remax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you registered on our home search website.
Oh, yeah, I was just trying to look at homes and it made me put in my information. I had
Definitely.
to I had to enter a phone number to keep looking. So,
Definitely.
yeah, I'm sorry though. I didn't know someone would be calling me. I didn't want to disturb you or, waste your time.
Oh no, no, it's no problem at all. I is there a specific an area that you're kind of looking around or
No, just kind of seeing what's out there.
okay, seeing what's out there? Are you looking for like townhomes or condos, single family?
I don't really know right now.
Hmm. Just started your search and trying to get an idea of what you're looking for.
Yeah, I don't know what all is available in our price range.
Hmm. Well, what price range are you kind of thinking you want to be around?
Um, Under 250, I
Hmm.
think. Yeah.
Okay, definitely. Well, why are you wanting to look for a new home?
Well, it just seems like maybe it might be time to buy a home and start putting our money towards something that counts.
Hmm. Definitely. So just kind of building equity or looking to putting money towards that, or what do you mean?
Yeah. I mean, we'll be here for a while, so might as well just settle down and get in a good school district or whatever.
Hmm. Definitely. So you guys have you've been here for a while. Plans to stay here for a couple more years, or?
Yeah, I think and hopefully the rest of our lives.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And then you said is someone else too that's looking with you?
My wife and I.
Hmm. Definitely. Sounds good. And I know you said schools. Are there specific schools that you're looking in or around?
Um, yeah, kind of like the George Washington School area.
Mm-hmm. Those are great schools. Yeah. Well, what about so you're just looking in that area then, or you're looking kind
Well,
of in multiple different?
no, we actually have a lot of family that lives just north of the George Washington High School
Mm-hmm.
area. So yeah, it's conveniently located for work for my wife and I. So
Mm-hmm.
um, but it might be hard finding something that's newer or updated in our price range. I guess
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of what we're worried about.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So you're wanting like a new, updated house in that specific area. Is there anything else you guys are really looking for or wanting in that home?
Well, I don't know, it doesn't necessarily need to be updated. My wife, um, she likes to do a lot of that stuff. She watches a lot of, she's a big fan of Joanna Gaines
Mm-hmm.
and she does like a lot of woodworking with um, Anna White stuff. So she makes tables and cabinets and um, so we were thinking maybe buying like an old Rambler, not an old Rambler, but maybe one that's somebody older lived there and they moved out, but it's a little dated. I think we can work with that because it's not hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Flooring, some
Definitely.
cabinets, countertops, stuff like that. So just kind of toying with that idea as well.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So she does a lot of woodworking. Do you guys need like a space for her to be able to do that in, or?
Well, a garage would be nice. We've never had an attached garage, even detached. The bigger the better. Two stall would be great, and um, or like we saw one house, it was a Rambler, and it had a portion of the basement was unfinished, and it looked like someone had set up a just like a little workshop in there. But when it comes to staining furniture, I think probably better to be outside the house, just because of the fumes, stain and wax and stuff.
Like, cool. Is that what she does for a living then? Is the woodworking? Or?
Yeah, she actually has a pretty successful Etsy shop where she, I don't know, she sells it online. It's like an LLC that she has, and she does pretty well actually. She's thinking of hiring someone else on as like an apprentice to help her out.
It's great, growing the business and kind of expanding what she has going.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what do you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Cool. Sounds good. So that's kind of why you want to be in that area, because it's close to the hospital too.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, I could definitely get that. Keep your commute times down. And I know you're looking for a Rambler. Is there a reason kind of why that style, or?
My wife just doesn't like the split level entries, and we're thinking if we can get something with 3, maybe 4 bedrooms, we can live in it forever. Because I hate moving. I used to move a lot, and just really, really hate moving.
Why did you used to move so much?
I was a Navy nurse, so I was stationed all around, and just moved every couple of years, which gets old.
Yeah, I can completely understand how that would get old for sure. Cool, sounds good. And 3 to 4 bedrooms, and you guys thinking about, you said you're starting your family soon here once you buy the home. Is that what you're thinking?
Well, we have a baby right now. And so yeah, we plan on having more down the road. But yeah, thinking, I mean, we still have a couple of years before she'll be going to school, so that's fun, fine. We have a little bit of time.
Definitely. Just want to make sure that you can, so you guys don't have to move anymore, and just find a place that you guys are really liking and love staying here and you can grow into. Sure, definitely.
Let's pause there. So that was about 7 minutes, maybe a little bit over. What feedback did you have on that one, Melissa?
I think I did a better job this time, like asking personal questions and like actually digging into like him as a person versus just like the housing search. It's hard talking that slow.
Yeah, no, it definitely can be. Eric, what feedback do you got?
Really good mirror and matching, and also repeating back to me what I said. That offers that feedback that you are actually listening to what I'm saying, and also it's a chance for you to double check your information. Agent, yeah, you never asked if I was working with an agent. I've been burned a couple of times with high S's where I've talked to them for like 15 minutes, and then I think, oh wait, did I ever ask them if they're working with an agent? And then they're like, yeah, we're working with, so and so from wherever, and we signed an agreement with them. So I always try to get that out of the way in those first couple of minutes. That's about it though. That was a big one. You got my motivation. I hate moving. We've been renting. We're looking to settle down. We've got a baby that we want to get moved into a good school district. And then timeline was another one. We didn't dig into that one too much. You got really good home details. The Ford. I mean, yeah, you're right on track, doing everything really well. Just I would always recommend asking the agent question early on so you don't waste your time, because that's valuable.
Yeah,
that's
a good point for sure.
Yeah, you did a really great job that time. I would say only 2 things. When you're doing your intro, I would try to steer away from is this that person? I would just assume. So like what we do here is I would have just said, Eric, or like Eric, since he's being so quiet, and basically more of a assumption that it is Eric, and then gone into like, hey, I saw you're on our website. Just want to see if you're just curious or thinking of making a move soon, and then go from there. The other one, he moved around a lot. He was a Navy nurse. Could have dug a little bit deeper into that. Could have said, where were you stationed, or, what part of the world were you in, and go from there. Just kind of depends. But anybody else have any other feedback? Yeah, I mean, what questions you got for us, Melissa?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have any questions, I don't think.
Okay.
Right now. I'll probably think of some later.
Well, yeah, I mean, send them over later. I mean, Cody's going to take us out of here. We'll stop going live, and then we can chat a little bit after the call.
Okay.
So stay on there. I really don't have anything else. If you guys are ever looking to do some practice, we do usually do one of these a week with a guest person. We're booked for about the next 3 to 4 weeks, but we do have openings in April. So from all of us here, if you guys want to ever stop over and put yourself through this pain, like Melissa did today, come on over. It wasn't too bad. We're not mean. Yeah, I don't have anything else. Cody, you want to take us out?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. As always, remember to like and subscribe. If you want to join us in April, hit us up and let us know. We're the Leads Geeks, signing out.